Imagine holding a single piece of paper that dictates your income, your career trajectory, and your social standing for the rest of your life. In South Korea, that paper is an acceptance letter to a Sky University. To get that letter, teenagers face the Sunnoon. It is a grueling 8-hour national college entrance exam. Flights are grounded, construction sites are halted, and the stock market opens late, all to ensure nothing disrupts the absolute silence of the testing rooms. Society views this test as the ultimate equalizer. Because every student in the country sits down on the exact same day to take the exact same test, the system appears to be a flawless, pure meritocracy. But the admissions data tells a different story. The freshman classes at these top-tier universities are not a random distribution of the nation's naturally brightest minds. They are overwhelmingly filled by the children of the ultra-wealthy. If everyone takes the identical test, how are wealthy parents mathematically guaranteeing the outcome? To understand how the game is rigged, we have to look past test day and reverse engineer the entire life of an elite student. The trail of money starts in the most affluent neighborhoods of Seoul. Here, education is not a public service. It is a highly lucrative shadow economy. Let's step backward from the acceptance letter to the application phase. Wealthy families bypass traditional school counselors entirely. Instead, they hire highly secretive, extremely expensive admissions consultants known as coordinators. A coordinator's job is complete orchestration. They ghostwrite portfolios, strategically manage extracurricular activities, and curate a student's profile to align exactly with the expectations of university admissions officers. Operating entirely in the dark, these consultants function like a high-powered public relations firm for a single teenager. They routinely cross legal and ethical lines to manufacture an unblemished academic persona. The pristine, perfect application that lands on an admissions desk is rarely the actual work of an 18-year-old. It is a corporate-level document purchased by their parents. Stepping further back into the high school years reveals an entirely parallel education system. The real competition happens inside hagwons. These are dense, private cram schools that dominate entire city blocks. Elite students rely almost completely on these private institutions for their instruction. They spend their evenings isolated behind sneeze guards, paying massive premiums to learn advanced material long before it is ever taught in a public classroom. The pressure pushes families to extreme lengths. Students are placed in rented, claustrophobic study cubes. These soundproofed, temperature-controlled boxes are designed to eliminate every possible distraction. The financial advantage extends deeply into the black market. Wealthy parents pay exorbitant fees to acquire leaked past exam papers, giving their children a massive foresight advantage over normal students. Pushing the human body to process this much information requires medical intervention. High schoolers routinely receive private intravenous drips to combat physical exhaustion and stay awake studying through the night without sleep. This chart compares the baseline public funding per student against private expenditures. The public budget is completely dwarfed by the billions of unregulated dollars elite families pour into the shadow education market. By the time an elite teenager sits in their classroom, the public system has become secondary. It provides the legal framework for a diploma, but the actual knowledge used to defeat the competition was purchased years in advance. To find the actual starting line, we have to go back to early childhood. The pipeline from cradle to desk begins before a child even turns 6. Toddlers are enrolled in hyper-exclusive English immersion kindergartens. Private instructors drill young children with academic flashcards, while their peers are still learning basic socialization. 5-year-olds are placed on accelerated math tracks. They are deliberately pushed years ahead of the standard national curriculum before they even reach the first grade. This graph tracks cumulative academic demiscment from age 4 to 18. The average student sees a steady arc of standard spending, but the elite student's backing skyrockets exponentially. Look at the massive vertical gap here at age 18, during the equalizing exam. The idea of an equal starting line on test day is a myth. By the time the starting gun fires, elite students have already spent a decade moving toward the finish line, fueled by millions of dollars in private backing. Returning to the present day, we see that the elite families successfully rig the game. They secure the coveted admissions and preserve their dynastic wealth for another generation. But reaching the summit comes at a severe psychological cost. The winners who finally arrive at these prestigious universities are often met with profound burnout, deep isolation, and depression. This quiet suffering contrasts with the despair of the middle and lower class students. They are left grappling with the realization that they exhausted themselves competing in a system structurally designed to exclude them from the start. The pressure in South Korea highlights a global shift toward the commodification of education, where academic success is increasingly tied to the financial resources available at birth. True meritocracy remains an illusion, as long as extreme wealth can quietly purchase a shadow infrastructure to guarantee success. If you found this breakdown insightful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping our world.